Welcome. We're back again with our Football Champs Highlights Part 2, and we consider right off the kickoff. Brilliant. That's exactly how you want to start. But I considered a free kick right off the kickoff, and I considered to free kick tactic, which is kind of stupid because everyone knows about those tactics now. I can defend against those tactics, but I just fell asleep there for a moment and I got punished for it severely. And right here, you can see right off the kickoff, we are going to basically score a goal as well. It's almost as if it's so much easier to concede from a kickoff, but hey, who knows, right? It's probably just a conspiracy theory. Now, as you can see right here, my good friend has the entire team behind the ball. Like, he doesn't have the bus parked. He isn't parking the bus. This guy's parking an entire flipping train. Like, what the hell is this? EA, fix it. Honestly, you cannot have drop back and overload ball slide in the same game. It just breaks it. Like, it's the AI making life horrible for everyone else. This right here is like dragging my head through a flipping nail. Like, fix it. Honestly, just fix it. You can't have both of these tactics in the game. This is nonsense. And it gets worse, by the way, when you start getting closer to like elite. Like, everyone, legit everyone does this. Well, most people do it. It's so painful. But I had to like commit everyone forward to try and get a goal because this guy really wasn't attacking. This is pure Jose Mourinho style of football, and I just had to go full attacking here. And I gotta tell you something about Rooney, right? He's amazing. Like, I love him. Like, I'm a Man United fan. I love this card. But the thing with this card is his dribbling is not the best. It feels like a truck. That's 79 agility just ruined his dribbling, which is kind of weird because everything else is fine. But we do finally get a goal here from Ryan Kent, our savior. Tell me how Rooney almost blocks my shot here. I would have been so pissed. But hey, game one done. So we come across a very good team here in the next game. He goes by the Clutch King. He clearly thinks highly of himself. He has a very powerful team. That's almost like that's pretty meta. Like, it's a pretty meta team. I don't use meta teams. I just use whatever team I find like enjoyable. I could easily get a strong team like that if I focus on like building one squad, but I have two squads, like a fitness squad. And I just like to play for fun. I like using different players. Like, that's just how I enjoy the game. But we go ahead and consider right off the free kick right here. It's Ben Yedda. He's pretty good. That was going in every day. But Crespo is gonna turn up for us, to be honest with you. Now, you know what's funny about this guy? Like, I found it funny that his name is a Clutch King, but he doesn't have a single clutch bone in his body. I'm telling you, with all those players, Crespo completely ran circles around him. Like, Crespo was on fire in this game. Like, I think he gets another one here. And here he's like, I don't know, I switched to, I don't know what happened here. Like, this defending was kind of weird. Don't know if he was having delay or he's just bad at defending, but yeah, Crespo gets a second one there. And yeah, like I said, this is gonna be the Crespo show very soon. Like, he was on fire. He was all over the place. He's a very inconsistent player for me. Now here, I don't know what he was doing. He didn't want to control David Luiz or watch the run. So, you know, obviously I'm gonna exploit that, and I'm gonna take that all day. Like, Crespo was shooting everything he touched onto gold. Like, he was on fire. Like, this guy was just, he had the golden boot. Like, literally everything he kicked went into the goal. Like, he was amazing. And this one he ends up scoring with his head as well. So that's 4 goals from Crespo in one game. That's probably one of his best performances for my team. He doesn't rage quit, by the way. Moving on to the next game here, we have this guy. He's already completed the League On left back, as we see. Wow, he was fast. So we're gonna actually concede first here. Like I said, the second half of the weekend league was just really weird. Now, the gameplay was sometimes good, sometimes bad. You know, like I still say, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. You know, but we just kept playing. We actually played 20 games straight, which is stupid. It really hindered my performance. Like, I'm not making excuses here. Like, I still had a decent finish at the end, you'll see, but it did hinder my performance. Playing 20 games is not for me. Not everyone can do that. I know, like, the OGs, like the pros, like Tex and the rest of them, they're very good at that. But yeah, we're gonna score from the kickoff here. Like, that happened a lot in this second half of the weekend league. Oh, Kent is just beautiful. Like, look at that beautiful card. And I don't know how I scored that, to be honest. There was a defender in front of the ball, but somehow Greenwood squeezed it in. But we move. And Welcome back to the Chronicles of Misses. There we go. See, now that makes me feel comfortable because I've been clinical this whole time and it's just weird. If you watch the last game, you know I am not clinical. I miss my chances all the time. Like, that's what I do. Now you see over here, Ryan Kent cannot outpace Ocambo, and again Greenwood tries his hardest not to score that goal, but somehow ends up in the back of the net. So we move. We're happy with that. And there's a nice play here, and boom, another finish. Like, I do not understand. My finishing was a little bit better here, but yeah, that's one part of my game I really suck at. Now this guy subs in my countryman, right? Solomon Kalou. Now I have this guy in my squad. This dude has played maybe 2-3 games for me. That's it, and it's usually for first owner objectives. I do not use this guy, but I may seriously consider putting him into my game now because this guy brings in Kalu and he comes back into the game. Now this pass here was BS. It was like a knock night through Tierney, but whatever. We keep moving. Now this is where I got really pissed off. This header. I didn't understand what that was. And a volley, boom, that's a goal. I did not understand what a header was. Like, So Campbell should be able to like clear that away. I did not use X or anything. I tried to clear it with square, but it just didn't work. But yeah, I was fuming there. But we still managed to win this game. Look at this chance here. Guess what happens? I missed. Yeah, that's just kind of how my life goes. Like, I miss. I don't know if it's the players I have or I just personally don't know how to finish. But Mbabu with a nice interception there. Listen, if you do not have this card, Mbabu, I feel bad for you because he is absolutely amazing. So he orchestrates his goal here. So I fake a pass to Rooney and I bring it back near post. Again, I don't understand how that's going in. It shouldn't be going in. Like, if I can't score the other one with Greenwood where it's like facing the goal, I shouldn't be scoring that. But yeah, you can see there from the stats, 13 shots, 12 on target. If you ever get a chance to record your gameplay, you should, because you get to see your weaknesses. For me, my biggest weakness in FIFA 20 is the finishing. I cannot score to save my life. I miss a lot of chances. Like, if you're having 12 shots on target, you should be converting a lot more. It's just that simple. The pros, that's what differentiates us from the pros. Anyways, moving on to the next game here where I've done James showing some fight and the finish. So now, the first goal comes in like the 54th minute because this guy was parking the bus. Like, he put a whole plane in front of his goal. It was painful to play against this guy. And what makes it worse is I end up losing. Now you see that right there? That's the delay, okay? Because I would have, on a normal like gameplay, I'll be able to cover that with Sol Campbell. But my timing was off because, again, like I said, it's just a delay. But hey, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. You keep it moving. You don't let your head drop. You just keep going. That is kind of how it is. But honestly, drop back is just annoying to face. Now, I can do that easily. I can play drop back over low ball side, but it's boring for me. And if you want to beat me in this game, just play drop back or just basically just frustrate me, because what happens is I turn on the pressure, I do reckless things, I make, I just become reckless, because if I don't, it ends up as a tie and go to penalties, and I just don't like that. So if you want to win, just take the win, and I will just move on from there. This next gameplay was hella slow, hella sluggish, and it was just really painful to play. But the one player who stood out in this game was Renato Sanchez. Like, he bossed the entire midfield. He was going back to defend, he was going forward to create an assist, he was just doing everything for me. Now, we get the first goal here with Crespo, pretty standard goal, nothing too impressive there, but again, it's because Renato Sanchez laid it off, and he was really involved in lots of the attacks. Now here, I almost missed this, because same old story, in front of goal, I'm just trash. I don't know what it is, I think I'm cursed at this point, but yeah, that's my biggest weakness in this game. I can't finish. I don't know how to finish. I just don't know how to finish. It's just the way it is, But Renato Sanchez, again, like I said, this guy was phenomenal for me in this game. He was the difference maker. Like, obviously you're not seeing everything, but he saved me so much, like, defensively. And I think this guy switched on the pressure, and that kind of left him vulnerable. So yeah, it was an easy dub. We were able to like secure the win there on the stupid. Holy mother of FIFA points! What is this team? That looks scary. That is a very scary looking team. That is threatening as hell. I mean, De Ligt is kind of questionable. Like, he's just a fancy card. De Ligt is actually trash in this game. But I'll tell you what, guys. The only thing threatening about this man's right here was his team, because he wasn't that good. I think this was a mismatch. I don't understand why I was paired with this guy at this point in the weekend league, because at this point you're not supposed to have like an easy game, but this was an easy game. I mean, his team was nuts. But yeah, Kent opens up the party right there, and oh, there's more. Oh, when I tell you, like, there is more. I scored a ton of goals in this game. Like, I had the Midas touch. Everything I touched turned to gold. It was crazy. He made a mistake there. Boom. So that's 2. 11 minutes, that's 2-0. Oh, that's not the end of it. There is more. Like, I completely demolished this guy. And anyways, I'm just gonna let you guys see the video, and I'm gonna talk about something I realized. So I usually finish goal 3 not because I'm a poor player. Like this game, I end up like going the distance. You see, like you see like how far I can go when I actually take this game seriously. But because I'm making this video for you guys, that's the only reason why I decided to grind. And it wasn't fun. Like right now, I have a new respect for like the Crasses and everyone else who grinds this game, because it is painful. Now I don't understand how he scored that goal there. That was a questionable goal. But anyways, I digress. What I wanted to say is this: the higher you go in this game, like, so when you start getting close to like the elite status, like I do in this weekend league run, you start to realize the importance of physical balance. It's actually more important than pace, if you ask me. Because I don't know what it is, but like, I personally do not like the 50-50 challenges. I feel like that adds too much randomness to this game. I feel like the strength, like stats, should mean something. You should be able to know that, okay, at this point this guy is not that strong, so you know I'm gonna win this physical challenge if I press the ball protect button. But the way it works in this game is like, it is so random. I don't understand it. I personally don't like the randomness of it, because that kind of like cripples the skill gap. Van der Sar breaking his back to save the free kick there. But like, yeah, there's no skill gap in this game. I lost a few games later on simply because the guy I was playing with understood one aspect of the game more than I did, and that was like the protect the ball button. That is literally it. Like, I would have the stronger player and I'll still lose the physical confrontation. We ended up making this 7 here. Like, I didn't really want to talk too much about this match, but I thought I'd show it to you guys, because I didn't really feel, I don't like, I like I like winning, it feels good, but I hate having to play against someone who's like not at my level, because then I just feel bad. But you know, it's weekend league, it's ruthless, you gotta take the win. So yeah, I ended up making it 7-1, and he didn't want to quit too, so I just had to keep scoring because you never know. In this next game, we unfortunately take the L. Now, I'm gonna be 100% honest. This guy was a better player. Like, the better player won this game. He, the reason why I'm giving him props is because of the way he played. Like, he wasn't relying on the game mechanics to get the win. You know what I mean? He wasn't doing drop back or anything. I had to switch to possession play here simply because of the fact that he was so good at applying pressure manually. Like, for me, that's a skill I wish I had, because it would definitely help against possession rats. But this guy, he didn't use team press to do the pressure. Like, he was just doing everything on his own. Like, he was probably the best player I played this week. He was the only one I could actually give props. Every other person I played, okay, that's not true. I played some really good against some really good players, but I don't know, this guy, I could tell right from the get-go that he was better than myself. You can see 76 minutes is just 2-1. Like, it's a very close game, very tight game. And here, I make a mistake. I could have easily beaten this guy to concede. This was a true pass, not there. He was making the run, right? So I was trying to make a pass up front. And then that pass I made there to Valverde, that was not intentional. Because I was trying to, like, press the button, but that was, like, delayed. And I don't know, I just ended up messing it up. But this was the beginning of the end for me, pretty much. He ends up like scoring a third goal later on. And again, the third goal, again, this guy was a better player. I'm never going to lie. I'm not trying to take anything from him. But look at this tackle here, right? I love Renato Sanchez, by the way. That should be my ball there. But hey, I don't get it, so that's fine. And then look at this. This should be my ball again. It shouldn't bounce back to you twice. And then this was beautiful from him. The dummy and the finish from Orsic. That was... You can't hate on that. Like I said, this guy was good. Like, he played beautiful football. I actually enjoyed playing this guy. I was obviously gutted for losing, because losing sucks, right? But hey, man, this is one of those people you lose to and then you're just kind of like, fair play, man, you're good. Because he was good. Like, I enjoyed playing this guy. It was genuinely fun to play against this dude. And I come across somebody else like that, like who I play with, and he actually messages me telling me like, GG, I actually had fun in that game. Because, you know, when you play open football, it's fun for everybody, even when the gameplay is crap like it is right now. Like, look at this, right? This was a ball roll inside. It doesn't come off, whatever. Now, I pass here, And look at this touch from Crespo. In case you didn't know the gameplay was bad, that's all the proof you need there. But hey, GG to this dude, he deserved the win because I bet his gameplay was bad as well, and he was just a better player. And I guess if the gameplay was good, he'll probably trash me. So, move. Now, this game right here was a very wholesome game. Like, this is a perfect example to EA that people don't get angry at your game because they suck at it or because they lose or anything like that. They get angry at your game because it's just not fun. Because you put in mechanics in the game that are not fun. Now you see this guy here is scores with Eusebio. Beautiful goal, no problems with that. That was a very good goal. And I think he gets another goal here. But my point is this, right? This guy messages me at the end of this game saying, GG, I actually had fun. Actually, when someone says I actually had fun, it means they were not expecting to have fun. Because I don't play drop back, I play open FIFA. That's what I do. We end up scoring with Crespo here to come back into this game. But yeah, I play open FIFA, and he does too. Like we just went back and forth at it. We just kept attacking. We're not hogging possession. That's how it should be, right? And the thing is, I don't even mind possession like hoggers because if the gameplay was always fast, I could counter someone who was trying to hold the ball. I could respond. I could try to get at them. But yeah, like. Another thing I'll say also is in this game, I'm sure he didn't notice it because if he did, he probably wouldn't say GG, but the momentum did shift. Like my players were faster. Like this isn't BS. My players were faster. My players like would position themselves better. The passes were more accurate. My shots were going in. I mean, you guys have been seeing my videos, right? Like my clips so far. I suck at finishing, but literally every chance I had in this game was a goal. Like, this for me is what I call scripting. It's not like scripting requires like some element of skill. It's not like the game completely wins it for you, but just like certain things just go in your favor. Like the way your players run, the 50-50s, like it was ridiculous. Like right there, for example, Crespo is not the most aggressive person. He's not that physical. And that's something I learned also when you play Weekend League and you go this far, is that you begin to understand the importance of like physicality. Like it's actually crazy and it's so random too. You cannot control it. You really can't. You can do your best to fight and like tap the button and all of that, but it's really all decided by the video game at the end of the day. But anyways, yeah, like we were down 2, we came back and we ended up winning this game 4-2. I think I score here. Yeah, one time shot. See, normally this flies all the way out. Like it just flies out. It doesn't go into the goal. But for some reason, like all my shots were going in. So he makes some tactical adjustments, turns under pressure and actually scores another goal with it. Eusebio, I'm not even surprised. Like this guy is cracked. He scored like 3 goals, he scored a hat trick. So he kept making changes, but he didn't come back. The game ended 4-3. Sorry, I said 4-2. But yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed playing that guy as well. Now, this next game here was hilarious. Like I cut out most of it because it was very dead, very boring. But as it stands right now, 1-1, literally 1 minute to go. And this guy scores a last second goal that he really didn't deserve. Like, look at this tackle. I don't know what happened. I tackled and that happened and he scored. And then he proceeds to celebrate, he's doing the little dance here, he's trying to annoy me. That's just really what it is, so that I rage quit, right? So he does this and because it's all psychological, that's how these people behave. So he pauses the game, not to make any tactics. I mean, the game is over. He's pausing this so that I quit. Now, you guys may not know me, but I have a very competitive spirit. The second he did that, I was hell-bent on coming back into this game. And just watch what happens. That's exactly what I did. Because this is Weekend League. Now, this is what I'm talking about, the 50-50s, right? It's very important when you go higher. See? That's it. I won that. And guess what? We go to penalties after that equalizer. And I end up winning the entire game. And this guy messages me, insulting me in foreign language that I do not understand. But to be honest, I'll be mad too. I get it. I completely get it. And there it is, guys. We are finally at the finish line. This is the last game for Elite 3. Now, obviously, I didn't show every single game I had to play, mainly because towards the end, like I've said, the whole video, it's just painful, man. People are doing drop back. It's boring. It's just dry. Like no one wants to play. Now, if the gameplay was good, then that would be a different story. But it wasn't. It makes it a lot harder to play games like that. I see So Campbell there being an absolute tank. He's a whole unit. and we go on the break here, and I don't know. I think we scored the first goal here. I think this, yeah, this looks so goal, yeah. But I thought I missed this because I always miss. Then Greenwood comes in clutch and scores from a very tight angle to make it 1-0. And honestly, that was a huge relief because I felt like you can see the speed of the game right now, right? You see what I mean when I say the gameplay is good. You see how I'm moving. You see how the passes are traveling. You see the general movement of the game. And I miss this because what's new. That's what I do. I miss. I can't finish. I'm not clinical in this game. Like at this point, it's like beating the dead horse. Like I don't know what to say anymore. When I miss, just take a drink. Like turn it into a drink game at this point. Whenever I miss, take a shot. That's it. You'll be drunk by the end of every video. Honestly, I can't finish. But yeah, we're going to. Do you see that dribble with Greenwood? Anyways, here we're gonna like get. I think no. Okay, no, we don't get it. No, we do get a goal. I remember this. We do get a goal. He makes a mistake. I pass there. One time shot. See, when first time shots start working, that's how you know the gameplay is good. Zachariah is a beast, like Zachariah and Sol Campbell. Oh my god, a solid unit at the back. And this is it, the breakaway for LA3. See, I was scared here. That's just PTSD from missing so many 1v1s. But he has had enough, and we finally get LA3. Now, I gotta say something, guys. If I actually played 10 games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I could have finished a lot higher. But I was tired. I was playing up until like 6 a.m. on Sunday. Sorry, on Saturday, just because I wanted to get it like out of the way and just be done with it. But it's a bad idea. I played 20 games in a short span of time, and it's really not good to do that. But yeah, maybe going forward, I would, I'll think of a better way to do this. But that's been the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.